My child, you've been surviving, but I'm calling you to rise. You've been standing on the edge of collapse, holding yourself together with tired hands and silent prayers. I've seen the way you've smiled while silently crumbling, spoken hope while your own heart barely whispered faith. I know. I've watched every step, felt every internal tremble, counted every tear that never reached your cheek, and still I have not turned away. I did not abandon you to the shadows. You thought you were invisible in your suffering, but I saw you. And now I speak to you not just with comfort, but with awakening. You've survived longer than anyone realizes. You've learned how to breathe under pressure, how to walk with wounds no one sees. You've carried the weight of days that tried to drown you in doubt and delay. But listen closely now, because I am interrupting that survival mode. I'm speaking something into your bones that goes deeper than comfort. I am commanding the dream inside you to breathe again. I am awakening the power I placed in you before the world tried to steal it. You've settled for endurance, but I am summoning you into existence with fresh fire. You were not made to just make it to the next day. I created you to disrupt darkness. You carry more than pain, you carry my presence. You hold more than history, you hold a future that hell has been afraid of. You've learned how to survive, but now I am teaching you how to rise, not by your own strength, but by the resurrection power that lives in you. I'm shaking the dust off your spirit. I'm breaking the silence over your purpose. I'm not here to patch your survival, I'm here to launch your awakening. The world has whispered limits over you. Trauma has spoken chains. Fear has etched walls. But I am the voice that breaks through the noise. I am the one who formed your identity before pain tried to reshape it. You do not belong to the wilderness of just getting by. You belong to the mountain of glory. You were not called to remain hidden under sorrow. You were designed to shine even in storms. There is more inside you than endurance. There is brilliance. There is purpose. There is an inheritance waiting to be unlocked. And I have the key. You've been walking through days that felt like repetition with no reward. But I am the God who sees seeds buried in dry ground. I see your faithfulness in the middle of fatigue. And I say to you now, what you thought was the end was only the turning point. I am calling you higher. I am not asking you to pretend everything is fine. I am inviting you to believe that I am not finished with your story. The pressure you felt was not punishment. It was preparation. The silence you've endured was not rejection. It was the quiet before the shift. You think you've lost too much time, but I am the redeemer of years. I restore not only what was stolen, but what was buried. Dreams you laid down because you thought they were dead, I will resurrect them. Vision you forgot how to carry, I will refuel it. The voice you once had that got quiet in pain, I will cause it to rise with clarity and fire. You've been in survival mode so long that you forgot what it feels like to dream freely. But I have not forgotten, and I am not finished. I did not rescue you from darkness so you could remain afraid of the light. I pulled you from the deep not to watch you float, but to teach you how to fly. The winds that once knocked you down will soon be the same winds beneath your wings. I don't speak empty encouragement, I speak transformation. This isn't about hype. This is about heaven's reality breaking into your weary heart and reminding it who it belongs to. You are not an afterthought. You are not forsaken. You are not a shadow of who you used to be. You are a carrier of my glory. And I'm not just calling your name, I'm calling your soul to attention. You've been curled inward in survival, but I am unfolding you into purpose. You've made a home in hesitation, but I'm inviting you into forward motion. This is not about being perfect, it's about being willing. You don't need all the answers to begin again. You just need to trust that I still hold the pen of your story, and I do. I'm writing restoration where you thought only ruins existed. I'm breathing life into chapters that you thought were closed forever. The very places you've been ashamed of, I will turn into altars of testimony. The pain that almost broke you will soon become the place others come to find healing. You thought your journey disqualified you, but I say, it prepared you. You are not behind. You are right on time for revival. the sound of survival, in about to be swallowed by the roar of resurrection. Your voice matters again. Your vision matters again. Your presence on this earth carries divine assignment again. No longer will you be known only by what you endured, but by what you overcame. No longer will you be seen only by what you lost, but by what you carry. What you carry is holy. My child, I'm not asking you to try harder. I'm calling you to come closer. This is not a demand for effort, it's an invitation into encounter. I will empower you. I will strengthen you. I will be your breath when you feel empty. I will be your clarity when confusion fogs your mind. And I will never grow weary of speaking life over you even when you've forgotten how to believe it. I am relentless in my pursuit of your healing. I am faithful in my commitment to your rising. So hear me now, I'm not just passing by. I'm here, and I'm staying. And I will not stop until you see yourself the way I see you. Strong, chosen, beloved, rising. My child, I am calling you to rise. You've been walking through life with your shoulders weighed down, carrying burdens that were never meant for you. But what if I told you that the weight you feel is only a shadow of the strength I've placed in you? What if the pressure that has squeezed you was only to prepare the power that will soon pour from within you? You see, the weight you've been carrying wasn't meant to crush you. It was meant to prove to you that you are more resilient than you realize. You are stronger than you believe. You have already survived the worst of it. And now, my child, you are called to rise. The enemy thought he could break you. He thought he could wear you down until you gave up. But the truth is, he underestimated you. He didn't see the fire that still burns deep within you, a fire that will never be extinguished. And he certainly didn't see me standing behind you, holding you, supporting you, breathing life into you when you couldn't breathe on your own. When you thought the battle was over, I was quietly equipping you for the greatest victory of all. When you thought you had nothing left to give, I was infusing you with my strength, filling you with my spirit, and preparing you for the rise that is coming. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the victor. You are a warrior, and your story is not over. The pages of your life are still being written. I have not given up on you, and I am calling you to rise because there is work for you to do. There is a purpose for your life that you have yet to fully understand. The enemy thought he could derail your destiny, but I have already secured it, and now I am calling you forward into it. The lies that have kept you in bondage are about to lose their power. The shame that has tried to define you is about to be stripped away. The fear that has paralyzed your potential is about to be broken. You've been stuck in the cycle of survival for too long, but now I am opening the door to breakthrough. I am giving you permission to stop merely surviving. I am giving you permission to rise. Rise from the ashes of your despair. Rise from the pit of doubt and disbelief. Rise from the silence of hopelessness. You are not meant to stay in the shadows of your past. You are not meant to be limited by the lies that have tried to keep you in chains. You are not meant to live in the wreckage of old wounds. No, my child, you are meant for more. You are meant to soar. The beauty of your story is that it is not defined by your pain, but by my power. It is not shaped by your past, but by my presence. And I am here, now, calling you to rise into the fullness of who you are in me. I am not asking you to be perfect. I am asking you to be willing. I am not waiting for you to have everything figured out. I am waiting for you to step into my strength and my love. This is not about your own ability. This is about my faithfulness. The world is waiting for you to rise. There are people who need the light that you carry. There are broken places that will be healed by your testimony. There are hearts that will be restored when you share the hope I've given you. Your voice matters. Your presence matters. You are not a passive bystander in this world. You are a living, breathing example of my grace, my power, and my glory. And now is the time for you to rise and walk in that truth. You have been held back by fear, by doubt, by insecurities that have tried to rob you of your confidence. But I am telling you now, that fear has no place in your life anymore. It has no authority over you. The chains that have kept you bound are breaking, and as they fall away, you will rise in freedom. The same power that raised me from the dead is the power that lives in you. You are not powerless. You are not weak. You are more than a conqueror through me. So rise, my child, rise. Stand tall and know that you are no longer the person you once were. You are not defined by your mistakes, your failures, or your past. You are defined by my love for you, by the purpose I've placed in you, and by the call I've placed on your life. You are defined by the power that is now awakening inside of you. The time for survival is over. The time for rising has come. I am calling you to rise above the voices that have told you that you can't, that you won't, that you shouldn't. I am calling you to rise above the limitations that have kept you stuck. I am calling you to rise above the labels that others have placed on you. I am calling you to rise above the doubts, the fears, and the insecurities that have tried to hold you back. Because, my child, you were made for more. And so, as you rise, know this: you are never alone. I am with you every step of the way. I will hold your hand as you take the first step. I will carry you when you feel weary. I will strengthen you when you feel weak. I will remind you of who you are when the world tries to convince you otherwise. You are mine, and I will see you through to the end. So, rise, my child. Rise with courage. Rise with strength. Rise with the full knowledge that I am with you and for you. This is your time. This is your season. You are called to rise. My child, the rise I am calling you to is not just an elevation in your circumstances. It is an elevation of your spirit. This isn't about achieving more or doing more. It's about becoming who you truly are in me. It's about shedding the skin of doubt, shedding the weight of fear, and embracing the identity I've always intended for you. You've carried so many labels, so many expectations, and so many burdens that weren't yours to carry. But now, I am calling you to lay them down. The time for shedding is upon you. I see how heavy your heart is from the weight of others' expectations. I see the way you've tried to live up to ideals that weren't even meant for you. You've walked through life as though your worth is found in the approval of others, as though your purpose is defined by the world's standards. But my child, I want to tell you a truth that will set you free. Your value, your purpose, your identity, these things are not defined by what others think, nor by what the world has imposed on you. They are defined by me. I am the one who formed you in the secret place. I am the one who knows you by name, who sees your heart, and who called you into existence with purpose. There are no mistakes in my design. You were not born by accident. Every part of you, from the way you think, to the way you feel, to the dreams you carry, each of these things is part of my divine plan. And now, I am calling you to rise in the fullness of who you were made to be. Stop living beneath your potential. Stop living beneath the call I've placed on your life. I'm not asking you to become someone you're not. I'm asking you to rise into who you already are in me. You were never meant to stay in the shadows of your insecurities. You were never meant to hide from the world. You were meant to rise and shine my light into every dark corner. I know the voices that have tried to speak over you, the ones that have told you that you're not enough, that you'll never make it, that you'll always be just a shadow of who you could have been. But listen to me now. Those voices are lies. Those voices are not the truth of who you are. You are not your failures. You are not your mistakes. You are not your shortcomings. You are my beloved child, chosen and cherished, filled with my spirit and called to great things. You are a child of destiny, not defeat. I have placed greatness inside of you. I have put power inside of you. You have gifts and talents and ideas and anointing that are waiting to be awakened. I am not asking you to make something out of nothing. I am asking you to trust that what I have already placed in you is enough. You don't need to look elsewhere for the strength you need. You don't need to try to become someone else. You just need to rise as you are, as I created you, and step into the fullness of my plans for your life. The world doesn't need another version of someone else. The world needs you. It needs the version of you that I have shaped, the version of you that carries my glory, the version of you that holds the potential to change the world around you. It's time to stop shrinking back. It's time to stop hiding behind fears and insecurities. It's time to rise. Rise up from the places of pain. Rise up from the ashes of your struggles. Rise up from the silence that has tried to stifle your voice. You have been called to be a beacon of light in a world that desperately needs it. Your voice matters. Your story matters. And now it's time for you to rise and let it be heard. I am not saying it will be easy. I am not saying that the path ahead will be without challenges. But I am telling you that you are not walking this path alone. I am walking with you, step by step, leading you to the place of destiny. And every obstacle that stands in your way, every mountain that seems impossible to climb, will be made low as you rise in my power. The giants in your life will fall as you rise in faith. The storms that have tried to overwhelm you will be calmed by my presence. I've already won the victory, and now I am inviting you to walk in it. You don't have to fight from a place of defeat. You don't have to struggle from a place of hopelessness. You fight from a place of victory. You rise from a place of resurrection. My power is at work in you, and nothing can stand against it. Every fear, every lie, every insecurity that has tried to hold you back will crumble when you step forward in faith, trusting that I am with you. There is more for you, my child. There is more than what you've settled for. There is more than the life you've been living. I am calling you to rise into the abundant life. I have promised you a life filled with purpose, filled with power, filled with my presence. This is not the time to shrink back. This is the time to step into everything I have for you. This is your time to rise. My child, you may not realize it yet, but the rise I'm calling you to is not just about your personal growth. It's about the impact you will have on the world around you. You are not just meant to rise for your own sake. You are meant to rise for the sake of others. There are people waiting for the light you carry. There are hearts that need the hope you've found. Your victory will inspire others to rise, and your healing will become the testimony that someone else needs to believe again. The moment you rise, you bring others with you. I know that you have spent many days feeling invisible, as though your struggles and victories didn't matter, as though your journey was just yours to bear. But I want to tell you today that your rise is not an isolated event. It's a ripple that will change everything. As you rise, you will begin to notice the people around you who are also waiting for their own awakening. You will see the hidden pain in others' eyes that once mirrored your own. And in those moments, I will remind you that you were never alone, that you were always meant to be a light in someone else's darkness. The world does not need another perfect person. The world needs people who are willing to rise in their imperfection, who are willing to trust me in the messiness of their journey. When you rise, you show others what it looks like to trust me in the midst of uncertainty. You show them that healing is possible, that restoration is real, that hope is still alive. Your rise will be a beacon for others, a light that leads them from despair into belief. Don't underestimate the power of your story. Don't underestimate the strength it takes to keep going, to keep believing, to keep trusting in the face of adversity. That strength is contagious, and it is exactly what the world needs right now. I am not calling you to rise alone, my child. I am calling you to rise for a purpose that is greater than yourself. You are part of a bigger plan, a plan that involves healing, restoration, and awakening for those around you. The rise I'm calling you to is not just personal, it's collective. You are part of a movement, part of my kingdom on earth. And when you rise, you become a living testimony to the power of my love. Your rise will unlock doors for others. Your rise will bring light to dark places. Your rise will show the world that, no matter how deep the darkness, not alone in this fight. You are not alone in your rise. You may have wondered at times if your life really matters, if your struggles are really worth it, if your voice is really needed. But I am here to tell you that your life matters. Your struggles are not in vain. Your voice is needed. You are part of a story that is much larger than you can see. Every time you rise, you bring others one step closer to their own awakening. The battle you fight is not just for you, it's for the ones who are watching you, learning from you, finding courage in your resilience. Your rise is the hope they've been waiting for. Your rise is the spark that ignites their own flame. I want you to see the bigger picture, my child. I want you to understand that when I call you to rise, I am not just speaking to your heart, I am speaking to the hearts of those who will be impacted by your courage, by your faith, by your willingness to trust me even when the road ahead is unclear. The rise I'm calling you to is part of my eternal purpose, and it's a purpose that will ripple through generations. You have thought of yourself as just one person in a vast world, but you are more than just one person. You are one person with the potential to change the course of many lives. When you rise, you change your family, your community, your world. You change history. You bring my kingdom to earth in a way that nothing else can. You were born for this, my child. You were born for greatness, not the greatness that the world defines, but the greatness that comes from me. The greatness of faith, of love, of resilience, the greatness that leaves an imprint on eternity. Your rise will not go unnoticed. It may seem small at first, and the world may not applaud you as you make your way to the top, but the kingdom of heaven is watching, and I, your Father, see every step you take, every moment of courage, every tear you wipe away. Nothing you do in my name is ever wasted, and nothing you do in faith is ever in vain. Your rise matters, and it will matter far more than you can imagine. I am calling you to rise not just for your own healing, but for the healing of those who need to see the power of a life lived in surrender to me. Your rise will be the invitation. They need to step into the light, to step into the love, to step into the life I have prepared for them. And when they see you rise, they will rise with you. You will lead them, not by your perfection, but by your authenticity, by your willingness to trust me when things don't make sense. The time for survival is over. It's time to rise. It's time to step into the fullness of who you are. It's time to step into the fullness of my calling on your life. And when you rise, you bring others with you. You bring the kingdom of heaven to earth in a way that can never be undone. So rise, my child. Rise and bring others with you. Rise and show the world what it looks like to trust in me, to believe in my power, to live out my purpose. You were made for this. You were made for greatness. You were made to rise. My child, now that you understand the depth of the call I've placed on your life, I want you to know that rising isn't just a one-time event, it's a continual process. I am calling you not just to rise once, but to rise again and again, each time with greater strength, greater clarity, and greater purpose. The rise I'm calling you to is not a single moment of victory, but a lifelong journey of becoming more of who I have created you to be. It is an ongoing journey of transformation, of continually stepping out of what was and into what is. And with every step you take, with every time you rise, you will become more like me. You will face challenges, my child, and there will be moments when you feel like you've fallen, when you feel as though you can't rise again. But let me remind you, it's in those moments that you will rise higher than ever before. You see, the power to rise is not in your own strength. It is in the grace that I give you in every moment. You may stumble, you may fall, but you will never be abandoned. My hand will always be there to lift you. The rise is not about your perfection. It's about my presence, my power, and my promise to never leave you. Every time you fall, I will lift you. Every time you stumble, I will restore you. The enemy wants you to believe that your failures define you, but I am telling you now, your failures are simply opportunities for me to show you my faithfulness. The times you feel the weakest are the times I will make you the strongest. It's not in your perfect moments that my glory shines the brightest, but in your brokenness, in your humility, and in your willingness to rise again. And I am calling you to rise not just for your own sake, But for the sake of those who will be watching you, there are people who will see your strength, who will see your perseverance, and they will be inspired to rise themselves. They will see you stand, not because you have it all together, but because you trust in me when the world around you is shaking. Your rise will be a testimony of what it means to stand firm in the midst of trials, to remain rooted in my love when everything else seems uncertain. When you rise, you show others that they too can rise. You show them that it's not about never falling, it's about always getting back up. You show them that no matter how many times life knocks them down, they can always find the strength to stand again. Your rise is not just for you, it's for them. It's for those who need to see what it looks like to trust in a God who never lets them go, no matter how far they've fallen. I know the enemy wants you to believe that your failures are final, that your setbacks are permanent, but I am telling you, my child, that every setback is just a setup for a greater comeback. Every moment of struggle an opportunity for my power to be revealed in your life. You were not created to be defeated. You were not created to be overwhelmed. You were created to rise, to stand firm, to press forward, and to live in the victory that I have already won for you. When you rise, you declare to the enemy that he has no hold over you. You declare to the world that you are no longer defined by your past, your mistakes, or your failures. You declare to yourself that you are who I say you are: strong, victorious, redeemed. Your rise is a declaration of who I am in you. It's a declaration that I am the one who strengthens you, that I am the one who gives you courage, that I am the one who equips you for every good work. And so, my child, I am calling you to rise again and again, no matter how many times you fall. I am calling you to rise in the face of fear, in the face of uncertainty, in the face of every obstacle that tries to stand in your way. I am calling you to rise with the understanding that you do not rise alone. You rise with my power, my grace, and my spirit within you. And every time you rise, you move one step closer to becoming the person I've always intended you to be. Don't be afraid of the falls, my child. Don't be afraid of the times when you feel weak. Those moments are not signs of failure. They are opportunities for me to show you how strong I am in your weakness. I will never let you stay down. I will always pick you up, dust you off, and call you to rise again. And each time you do, you will rise with more strength, more clarity, and more purpose. So rise, my child. Rise in the face of everything that tries to hold you back. Rise in the face of every fear, every doubt, every insecurity. Rise in the face of every obstacle that stands in your way. You are called to rise, not just for yourself, but for the world around you. And with every rise, you will bring others with you, leading them into the fullness of who I have called them to be. The world needs your rise. It needs your strength. It needs your courage. And it needs the light that you carry. So rise, my child. Rise again and again. And watch as I use your rise to bring glory to my name. My child, as you rise, you will encounter resistance. You will face opposition. And there will be moments when the weight of the world feels unbearable. You may wonder if it's worth it, if it's all just too much. But let me tell you something that will anchor your soul. The resistance you face is proof that you are on the right path. Every force that tries to push you down, every obstacle that attempts to stop you, is a testimony that you are moving in the direction of your destiny. The enemy doesn't fight what he doesn't fear. He doesn't waste his energy on things that don't threaten him. The fact that you are facing opposition means you are a threat to the kingdom of darkness. You are a threat to the lies he has built up around you. You are a threat to the chains that have kept you bound for so long. And that's exactly why he will try to discourage you, distract you, and distort your view of what I'm doing in your life. But hear me, my child, the resistance you face is nothing compared to the power that is in you. The pressure you feel is temporary, but my strength is eternal. I am with you in every battle. I am beside you in every storm. I will never leave you to fight alone. And when you feel like you're about to crumble under the weight, that's when I will carry you. That's when I will be your shield, your defense, your refuge. The harder the battle, the greater the victory that awaits you on the other side. You must understand that the enemy's goal is not just to stop you, it's to make you believe that you cannot rise. He wants you to doubt your purpose, to question my calling, to get discouraged and give up before the breakthrough comes. He wants you to settle for survival when I've called you to thrive. He wants you to focus on your limitations instead of the limitless power I have placed in you. But you must stand firm, my child. You must fix your eyes on me, because I am the one who has already overcome the world, and I have placed that same victory inside of you. When you rise, the enemy will try to discourage you by reminding you of your past mistakes, your failures, and your shortcomings. He will try to convince you that you're not worthy of the life I've called you to, that you're not strong enough to overcome. But I am telling you now, your past does not define you. Your mistakes do not disqualify you. The blood of Jesus has washed you clean, and I have made you new. You are not defined by what you've done, but by what I have done for you. And what I have done is eternal. What I have done is finished. You may feel small in the face of the giants that surround you, but remember, when you rise with my strength. You rise with my power. You rise with the authority that I've given you as my child. The giants that seem so big to you are nothing compared to the God who is on your side. The challenge